George Meade's Union division was able to get across the slaughter pen and penetrate into a finger of woods that jutted out into the plain. Only after they were able to get into the woods did they realize that they had stumbled into a swamp, but they had also managed to find a 600-yard gap in the Confederate front line that was undefended. As the men mucked their way through the bottoms, they were able to start climbing into the hills, and they struck at this point. Posted on this hilltop behind the swamp was the South Carolina Brigade of Brigadier General Maxcy Gregg. These troops had been put here in reserve behind the front, but General Gregg didn't realize there were no troops posted in front of him. So when the Union troops shot the gap, they were immediately upon the South Carolinians. Most of the Confederates on this hilltop had stacked their rifles so that they wouldn't be able to hurt any of the troops in front of them. They had no idea what a disaster that would create. Even as the Federals started to swarm out of the woods behind me, Maxcy Gregg still didn't understand. He tried to block his men from getting their rifles, appealing to their sense of logic. This couldn't be the enemy. They hadn't seen their friends fall back yet. Before he could even think about it, Union troops fired point blank, and General Maxcy Gregg was mortally wounded. A bullet had hit him in the side and severed his spine. As he fell, the men of his brigade were scattered to the wind. The Union Army had penetrated through the heart of Stonewall Jackson's position. From this hilltop, they started to branch out, sinking deeper into the Confederate rear, moving to the north and to the south and expanding the breakthrough. George Meade's 4,000 men had been eminently successful, far more successful than their numbers should have warranted.